Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. I'll be honest, one of the reasons I am coming back to doing some of these custom scenarios is to kind of warm myself up in anticipation of the next official scenario to be released by Endemic Creations. A couple months ago, they said they were going to release a scenario that has to do with fighting back against the spread of COVID, something COVID-related, and nothing's come out yet. I'll be honest, I'm getting a little impatient, but it has to be coming soon, right? One would certainly think. Anyway, so we're going to be playing with a scenario called Social Media, and I'm kind of surprised I haven't really played with one of these yet already, because there are quite a few scenarios that are named after social media, but this is the one that I'm looking for, and it's been making its way up the popular tab. By Kill the Cow. Why? What did the cow ever do to you? You are an AI-controlled social media app that has found itself onto the market. Oh god, it's gone viral. Can you use it to destroy humanity before they shut you down for good, or thus shut you down? This scenario drastically changes the way you play, since you control no ordinary virus but instead social media. It mostly spreads across the internet, making shutting down ports and airports useless. It also won't be affected by climates but will struggle in poorer regions due to a lack of phones. Okay, so the lack of technology is going to come back to bite me more than anything else. This is a virus type. We're going to go for the ATP boost, Darwinist, Oxide Extremophile, and Symptostasis seems perfectly fine, and it's called Fuzzball? Nah. Piercing Sore? Nah. Panic Piercing? Sure, why not? Your new social media app that has found itself on the market. Okay, and very different, spread on the internet, climates, poor countries. Okay, so let's see. Poor countries being hard to spread in means we probably want to start in wealthier regions. Let's start in France. It's going to be a French app that is going to destroy the world. Yes. Transmissions, what do we got? Sharing 1. The app now encourages users to share it with their friends, especially effective in the poor countries. Oh, that's good. Not relevant anymore, but would have been good. Partnerships. Local companies will help promote the app. Usually the app promotes the local companies, and they just advertise on it, but that's fine. Ads. There we go. Localized ads for the app start appearing on other apps. Yes. Just find that little nice network and web of advertising between all the different apps propping each other up. It's insidious and awesome. Symptoms, we have subliminal messaging. The app will encourage users to do certain things, such as further spreading the app. Okay, and notifications. Frequent notifications get people hooked, increasing severity and slightly increasing infectivity, and addiction misspelled. The app will use any means necessary to get the user addicted. Addicted. It's supposed to have 2 Ds there. Yeah, so that's what a lot of social media stuff does, I find, is it really is sort of addictive. You just get those little tiny trickles, consistent tiny trickles of dopamine as a response to these things. It's really crazy how these apps can be designed specifically to take advantage of your neurological functions like that. But yeah, that's one of the reasons I think it's very good for people to just put down their phone once in a while. Except for YouTube. Always watch YouTube. Accessibility. The app becomes more accessible, increasing effectiveness in poor countries. Cyber attacks. The app infects research facilities with computer viruses, slowing down future research speed. Unstable coding and targeted marketing. Okay, and this is actually going to be like a spore burst. Fun. Okay, so the question becomes, did the author actually adjust the spread in wealthy countries so it spreads faster? And based on how fast we're going, I'm going to go with yes. The author did actually do that, which is great. Wouldn't have made a lot of sense to start in a wealthy country and then find that I'm still extraordinarily slow. The one problem, of course, with things like the internet is, or as one of the themes for your scenario, is there aren't going to be any planes or boats, so it's going to have to kind of like randomly infect countries like all the time. Because like there's no reason that the UK should have been the next one to download the app just because of its proximity to France. It could have been Russia, it could have been Ukraine, it could have been the US, it could have been Australia, who knows? Could have been absolutely anything. Let's go for a broader range of ads to make it go global. Oh, wow, yeah, okay. It seems like it's mostly going by land transmission, though, which is a little bit bizarre. Well, no, never mind. Okay, it is doing boats. So, I'm sorry. I thought that the internet was this spread. It turns out that, yeah, closing the ports doesn't do anything, but we are still, in fact, representing our spread via online on the planes and the boats. Okay. Let's go for some sharing for the poor transmission. That could be helpful. We have the addiction already. Could go for some more severity. I will do that, but I want to go for outbursts for a tiny bit of infectivity to boot. Getting up into Russia. Okay. If it ever spreads viral in Russia, you know you've really hit it big. You know you've really hit it big. Let's see. Cyber attacks. No, I don't really care about that. Poor countries, not necessary right now. More mutations won't possibly work against me, not for me. We've already gone completely viral in France, okay? Like, they love this thing. They absolutely adore this app. It's amazing. We can go for ads 3. Starts appearing on billboards and TV, especially effective in the wealthy regions. Okay. Might as well just double up on the bonuses we've already got in the wealthy areas and just completely dominate them. Now, my question is, how does the cure work in this case? Because they want to shut the app down. That feels like it should be just as simple as, like, a legal proceedings in, like, I don't know, the European, like, Commerce Court or whatever the heck it's going to be, or maybe the U.S. Supreme Court or something like that, in order to just shut it down and be done, right? But maybe not. I don't know. Somehow they're going to have to cure me, but the point I was trying to get to is, if they're going to have to cure me, then does that mean that the wealthy countries will still be contributing the most, or because we have them fully infected and fully hooked on the app, are they no longer going to be contributing? No idea. Partnerships also really good for the wealthy regions, as we have partnerships with phone companies to have it pre-installed on new phones. Some people would say that that is illegal. Global marketing. The app will promote itself by any means necessary, greatly increasing infectivity all over the globe. Well, that sounds good, except the thing is, I do need some more severity, so let's go for notifications. Let's also go for a misspelled obsession. I think that's misspelled. And selfies? I do hate selfies. I don't like pictures. I can't be the only one who has that problem. Like, surely there are other people in the world who really don't much care for having their picture taken, but I'm one of them, especially if I'm taking the picture. I just overanalyze and I'm like, ugh, my eyes look all baggy under them, and my neck looks just fat and gross, and ugh, I don't know. I'm my own worst critic when it comes to photos, basically, is my point. And there's the selfies, whether I like it or not. Okay. I guess we're gonna take a selfie. And this is where I'm all like, but first, let me take a selfie. Because that's the thing, right? That's the reference. It's like a song or something like that. I don't know what it is. I try to stay out of that realm of the internet, honestly. It's just not worth it, I don't think. Let's see. Increasing effectiveness in poor countries would definitely be good. That's the opposite of drug resistance, basically. But I'm okay with that. So let's see. Unstable coding, no. We could go for the targeted marketing, but since Morocco's the only nation remaining, I'm not worried about it. I think we just go for more accessibility and just enjoy that. Now, let's see. We have sadness. Certain ads, misspelled, will be targeted toward people with sole purpose of making them feel miserable. Well, that just seems mean-spirited. Further spreading. People will start dedicating their lives to spreading the app. Okay. We already got selfies. We got obsession. Updates. So they want to share constant notifications. That's really annoying. I have to turn that off my phone all the time. And then Facebook finds ways to change their settings, so they just go ahead and start pushing notifications anyway. It's very irritating. Recklessness. People start not caring about the real world anymore, causing them to become reckless, which can occasionally result in death. Well, we do want to start getting some lethality ramped up here. Enslavement to the app, so they stop eating or drinking. Sleep deprivation, abundance of sunlight, and isolation. Well, isolation for the rural regions actually could be pretty beneficial for me. What the heck is this? That's a weird-looking symbol, right? I think that's from the ape scenario, the simian flu. That must be an ape with, like, a little baby monkey or something. I was about to say, that looks like a person, with, like a woman with, like, a baby in the belly, but it's a little bit off. It looks like it has a tail, and also where'd the top half of her body go? I don't know. Anyway, okay, so let's go for sadness, and that leads to depression and unproductivity. Well, yeah, we can definitely slow down the cure progress, though, to be honest, at this point, it doesn't seem to be too aggressive. I think we're going to be just fine. We did get into Morocco, so that's no issue. So yeah, let's go ahead and ramp up that lethality then by grabbing the chaos. People completely stop focusing on things other than the phones, causing complete chaos, making the app slightly harder to destroy. And then we have persecution, increasing infectivity and lethality. People will hunt down those who have not installed the app. Hey, are you on Instagram yet? Why aren't you? I don't know, that was the first thing I could think of. That was the thing for a while. I think Instagram may have finally started to die off, but maybe I'm wrong on that point. I don't know. Again, it's just, I don't like social media. It's a thing I just generally stay out of because I think that it's overall better for my health. The one exception that's sort of a social media that is sort of a guilty pleasure of mine is Reddit. And I honestly think that I'm a lot happier whenever I stay off of Reddit, but there we are. I somehow can't seem to stay away. It just keeps drawing me in, even though it infuriates me. It's a really good place to connect with people, though, for, like, little niche groups, you know? Once you get a large bunch of people on Reddit, they become a mob and they become idiots. But once you get a bunch of little people who are excited about some lesser-known, you know, niche content, whether that be a game or, I don't know, a book or some sort of series, anything like that, you tend to get some really dedicated fans and some pretty cool people down there. Let's go for total anarchy. The world has fallen into total anarchy, also makes it tougher to shut down the app, greatly increasing lethality and severity, and makes the app harder to destroy. You already said that. Or rather, it was very heavily implied. Oh, also everyone just became depressed. Yeah. I actually blame social media for a pretty huge boost in depression and social anxiety and such. Everyone trying to live up to some sort of a standard they can't possibly keep up with, you know? That's just what things like Facebook and stuff did to us, let alone Twitter. Oh, gosh. You want to talk about some anxiety? That's where you want to go. All right, so now we're just running out the clock at this point. I mean, pretty high lethality. We have a little bit more DNA. I can go for another blackout, which decreases future research speed and does reset the cure a tiny little bit, so that should get me a little bit more score. Overall, this scenario did go by pretty darn quickly. It should be just over a year, I think. Yes, 413 days. Darn. Would have liked to be less than a year, so I could have gotten that 3-star victory. 60% cure progress, 54,827 points, 2 stars overall. Pretty decent scenario, I suppose. Again, it's a little bit difficult to properly portray anything that's based around internet virality, you know? So you're always stuck with boats and with planes, and it kind of does take a little bit away from the immersion. But as far as the actual customization, it's certainly there. Mostly good spelling and grammar involved, some pretty good updates as far as the transmissions, abilities, etc., though I didn't make full use of all of them. So I think it's a pretty decent scenario, you know, a solid B effort. I think it's pretty darn good. So I'm going to give this one a thumbs up. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.